Actually, a lot of what I find interesting about a lot of art or music is actually what you don't do rather than what you do. Because it's always quite easy to sort of like display power. But actually when you're a really good artist or when you're a really good musician, I don't think it becomes so important anymore to demonstrate a particular kind of skill, but I think actually to make something with a certain philosophy or spirit behind it. And I think this is also true in football, for example, is how you play the game, what's the spirit or the attitude that you approach it, other than, I guess, just winning the game. Let me explain the game first.
Yes, please.
It's quite simple. You're just supposed to get this ball through these obstacle courses all the way here. And then there are obviously different points for, so it's just about finding the right rhythm. It's really, really great memories. And what I find fascinating about it now is that, I mean, when I'm trying to play it as an adult, and I still find it so difficult. It's actually quite demanding in terms of your psychomotor skills and your hand-eye coordination, and a lot of it's actually quite counterintuitive to what you think you can actually do. I'm interested actually in a lot of experimental music or conceptual art, and a lot of it comes down to distilling something to its essence. For example, if you talk about experimental music, it comes from experiments, and in terms of scientific experiments, it's always about isolating certain variables. So you need to keep many things constant, but at the same time, you need to control them and just have this variable that you can test and look at the results. And maybe that's how I think tempo is sort of interesting to me, because going there is always an experience about trying to focus on certain things. The other thing about Tempelhof is that there are actually interesting sounds wherever you are. It could be the birds which you can't see, or the red and white tape that we were talking about. When the wind blows, it starts flapping, and at a really, really high speed, and it almost sounds electronic, like this clicking. It's almost like electronic music. Most of them are just accidental sounds, which you couldn't even get if you wanted, unless, for example, if there's wind or something. So a lot of it depends on the elements, a lot of it depends on chance, and maybe that's also part of the attraction, I think. I guess a lot of the fascination that comes to me from Tempelhof, it comes from the fact that I don't understand a lot about what's actually going on. That's what makes things interesting. It's ignorance, basically, that I bring to Tempelhof. Yeah.